Which one delivered the death blow? The medical examiner has known for a while. The arrow in the back. It killed Ötzi, but not immediately. Stopping short of the heart and lungs, it severed a key artery and led to a slow demise by bleeding, 48 hours after the fatal shot. This then is the murder weapon. 24 inches long, a flint arrowhead, a wooden shaft, triple plumed with feathers for rotation and stability, tapered for maximum power at the tip. But if Egerter knows the cause of death, what he hasn't yet figured out is the manner, precisely how it happened. In a valley not far from where Ötzi was found, Egerter has joined archaeologists Harm Paulsen, Anna Pedrotti, and Vittorio Brizzi at an archery site for some experimental archaeology. They are trying to reconstruct Ötzi's shooting with exact replicas of the bow and arrow that took his life.
That's great. Oh yeah, that's great.
Paulsen marks off the shaft to calibrate the depth of penetration. Ötzi's arrow sank 3 centimeters, just over an inch, inside his back. This experiment will help them figure out exactly how far the killer was standing when he took his lethal shot.
Yeah, that's the shoulder. That's great. So then we put it in here.
Standing in for Ötzi, a side of pork.
Yeah, that's right. More so that maybe this part here, this part. That's okay. Yep, that's good. And then we should put the skin over it.
For precision, it's covered in a goatskin cloak, not so different from the one the Iceman wore.
Here, and maybe it's hanging. Okay. Oh! Yeah, just over there.
The first shot,
I take another arrow.
it's normal.
Okay, again. Good.
It couldn't have been a close shot. That would have gone right through Ötzi.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah, you see here, the arrow has penetrated a very thick layer here, and it has touched the ribs here, and maybe the point, no, the point is not hurt. No? Yeah, a little bit, just a little. That was 10 meters, and now we will try 20 meters and 30 meters. And then we will see. Okay.
The trick is to find the right combination of distance and clothes and anatomy to stop the arrowhead just 1 inch deep.
15 centimeter.
10 centimeters, 4 inches, much deeper than the arrow that went into Ötzi. They'll try again from farther out.
Yeah. Oh, die ist hart geblieben. Hi. We can use it again. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, da, das Holz. Ah, das ist der Pfeil abgebrochen.
Now they've got the distance.
Macht nichts. Das ist aber interessant. Steckt noch da drinnen.
The skin is penetrated and the arrow point in and out on the other side, and the point is still in. So it is nearly the same like we have it at Ötzi's, in Ötzi's back.
The verdict: with a 24-inch arrow and a 50-pound draw weight, the calculus of death yields just one answer. The lethal blow came from 30 yards away. What kind of shot was it? According to Anna Pedrotti, this was no random blow, no hunting accident. The evidence is in the arrowhead. There were 2 main types at the time.
Queste sono frecce trovate nella nostra
These are arrows
regione.
found in this
Hanno
region.
forme diverse.
They have different shapes. One has a tanged base, and the other is larger with a rounded base. They may also have different dimensions, and maybe these different shapes were used for different purposes.
The oval one was almost always used for hunting game, but the triangular one is known as the war arrow. In every human arrow death Pedrotti has studied so far, the triangular arrowhead was used, the weapon of choice against people. Pedrotti can show just how it was used. A remarkable fossil, a triangular arrowhead buried deep in a human neck bone.
Questa è una vertebra di un uomo che
This is the vertebra of a man who was hit by an arrowhead about 5,000 years ago. Similar testimonies of violent deaths can be noted practically all over Europe. It's very similar to the arrowhead found in the Iceman's back.
Just like the fatal arrowhead, a war arrow. This was no mistake.
I don't believe we're dealing with a hunting accident. The shot was too perfect. You can clearly see that the enemy was aiming at the heart.
A premeditated murder, the work of a killer. On the hunt for that man, the investigation is about to take a new turn. Back at the Bolzano hospital, they're following the path of a killer. After 5 millennia, the trail is pretty cold. But Egerter is focusing on the one thing he left behind, the fatal arrow. Beginning at the wound and working backwards, he and Gostner are trying to figure out exactly how the shooter took his shot, his position, the trajectory of his arrow. Their conclusion?
Yes, for sure we know that the angle of the trajectory is 25 degrees down. Second, the shot was coming from the left side of the body, and that's important because we know that the hunter or the shooter had a position respect of the Iceman left behind and not right behind.
What does this shot tell us about the killer? It was a bullseye, a strike to the torso, from nearly half a football field away. The assailant was aiming for the heart, and from over 30 yards, he missed that target by less than 4 inches. Still close enough to kill Ötzi.
I think the man who shot the Heisman was a very fine marksman. Hitting a moving target 30 meters or more in the high mountains with the blowing wind, it's very difficult.
It wasn't just a good shot. It was a great shot in difficult conditions. This is an Italian regional champion. Using lightweight carbon fiber arrows and the latest Ultratech bow, with a stabilizer, a finely calibrated weighting system, and a stainless steel sight. And he's having trouble. Uphill, more than 30 yards away, buffeted by the mountain winds, it's no easy mark. And the Iceman was a moving target. The shot itself defines the man who took it. A hunter or warrior for whom the bow was an extension of the body. And odds are it was a man. For the draw weight of the bow would have been more than 50 pounds. Not easy for most Neolithic women to handle. The most compelling clue to the killer comes